Hi, this is Praveen. Now let us continue our discussion on various regions of Asia. Now we are going to discuss about the South Asia region. So first let's see the basics for the South Asia region. Firstly, in the South Asia region, it covers approximately 11.7% of land area of complete Asia continent in terms of land, and it contains of 39% of Asia's population. It is 39% is in population, and it covers 3.5% of world's area and 24% of world's population. And in the South Asia region, we find 8 countries and 1 dependency. Dependency is nothing but the country which is under the control of another country. So now in this video we are going to cover the countries, their capitals, their significance, and their important towns and cities in those countries. First, let's begin with India. India is the largest and the most populous country in the region of South Asia. So it is India. India is the largest and most populous one, and it covers of approximately 1.3 billion people. India covers 2.4% of Asia, 2.4% of world's land area, and 17.5% of world's total population. But that means out of this 3.5% of world's total land area, India has the highest in the South Asia region, and in terms of population as well, India is the leading in terms of population also. So it is about the country India, and we will discuss the cities and capitals and a few facts about India later. And the next country is Pakistan. The country Pakistan and India were divided by the British, and on 1947 August 14 Pakistan got independence. So Pakistan got independence, and on August 15 India got independence. So the Pakistan is divided from India, but actually it is a part of India before 1947. Next country is this one, Afghanistan. So next one, it is Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. And finally, let's look at the dependency. So the only dependency in the region of South Asia is this one, this island group, which is called as the British Indian Ocean Territory. As the name suggests, it is under the control of Great Britain. So these are the countries. Now let's look at the capitals and some important cities and towns. First, let's start from India. The capital of India is Delhi. So this city right here is Delhi, and next one is Mumbai. Mumbai is commercial capital of India, and it is the biggest city in India. And Delhi is the most populous city in the region of South Asia. Next one, Pakistan. Pakistan's present capital is Islamabad, which is this capital, Islamabad. And also now let's look at the history of capitals of Pakistan. From the year 1947 to 1957, the capital of Pakistan was Karachi, which is situated here. And Karachi is the only seaport for Pakistan. And next one, from 1957 to 1959, another city named Rawalpindi, which is situated just besides to the Islamabad, is Rawalpindi, and from 1959 to till date we have the Islamabad. So it is the history behind the capitals of Pakistan. Next is Afghanistan. The capital of Afghanistan is this city. It is Kabul. Kabul is situated on the banks of river Kabul. And next is Nepal. The capital of Nepal is Kathmandu. The capital of Nepal is Kathmandu, and then the capital of Bhutan is Thimphu. The interesting thing in Thimphu is it is the only capital city in the world which do not have any street lights. Next one, Bangladesh. The capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka. Then to Sri Lanka, let's move on to Sri Lanka. Its capital is Colombo or Sri Jayawardhanepura. The capital of Maldives is Mali, Male. So these are the countries, their capitals. Now let's move on to the important towns. First, let's begin from India. The important city in India is Kolkata. And then we have Chennai here. And next, let's move on to the Oxford of the East. Do you know what is it? Yes, you might have guessed it. It is this one, which is Pune. It is called as Oxford of the East because here we will find mostly the universities, most of the industries will be found at Pune. And next one is Bangalore. Bangalore is also called as the Silicon Valley of India, and before 10 years it was called as the Green City because we find mostly green colored trees in before 10 years, but due to the high industrialization in Bangalore, it lost its sobriquet as Green City. Next one is Jaipur. Jaipur is also called as the Pink City. Next we have Hyderabad, and then Visakhapatnam. Visakhapatnam is actually based on 2019 Swachh Bharat Abhiyan's report. Visakhapatnam is the fourth cleanest city in India, but due to the nuclear disaster in the year 2020, it was not the fourth cleanest city in India now, and it is the fourth cleanest city in 2019's report. First place goes to the Indore. Indore is the cleanest city in India, and Indore is situated in the state Madhya Pradesh. Next we have Nagpur, and we have Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is situated in the state Gujarat, and the Indian government is planning to have a metro railway route from Mumbai to Ahmedabad with a bullet train. Next one is Raipur. Raipur is the capital city of Chhattisgarh. Next one is Cuttack. Cuttack is situated in the state Orissa. And one more thing about Raipur is the iron which was extracted in Raipur will be exported to Visakhapatnam. That means which is transported to Visakhapatnam through Visakhapatnam. From the seaport of Visakhapatnam, the Indian government exports the iron to the other countries like South Korea and Japan. So it is about the Raipur Visakhapatnam. Next, it is Kanpur. Kanpur is the place where the river Ganga is highly affected, and almost up to 5,000 industries were placed at the Kanpur on the banks of river Ganga. Next one is Varanasi. Varanasi has one of the famous Indian Hindu temples which most of the people visit. And the next one is Guwahati. So Guwahati is situated in the state Assam. And next one is Silchar. Silchar is situated in the state Tripura, between Tripura and Assam. Next one is Kochi or Kochi. This Kochi is famously called as the Queen of Arabian. In this Kochi, we find the seaport in the Arabian Sea. Next one is Thiruvananthapuram. Thiruvananthapuram is the capital of state Kerala. Next one is Port Blair. Port Blair is the recent seaport of India, and Port Blair is the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are the cities, famous cities in India. Now let's move on to the famous cities in Pakistan. So first one is the Islamabad, second one is Karachi, and the third one is Rawalpindi, and the next one is situated here. It is Lahore. Lahore is situated in the Punjab province of the country Pakistan, and it is one of the metro cities in Pakistan. And one more thing about Karachi is that it is the second most populous city in the region of South Asia, right? So next one is this one. It is Multan. Multan has a history. During the period of Delhi Sultans, the Multan was attacked by Muhammad Ghori, who was one of the kings. Next one is Quetta. So these are the some important cities in the Pakistan. Next, let's move on to the Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, the important cities are, first one, this one. It is firstly, let's start from here. It is the Hasad, and the next one is Ghazni. So the next one is Mazar-e-Sharif. Mazar-e-Sharif. It is also an important city which is located in Afghanistan. Next, let's move on to the Dhaka. In Dhaka, we find an important city for Bangladesh, which is called as Chittagong. And one more thing about Dhaka is that Dhaka is the city with highest population density in South Asia region. So these are the important cities of various countries. Now let's look at their currencies and the language spoken in all these countries. First, let's begin with India. In India, the highly spoken language is Hindi, which accounts for approximately 41% of the Indians speak the language Hindi. So India, it is Hindi, and India is a secular country. So there is no state religion which could be found in India. No state religion is present, and in this India we have the rupee as the currency. Next one, Pakistan. In Pakistan, the highly spoken language is Urdu, and the state religion of Pakistan is Islam, and also the currency of Pakistan is rupee itself, but the currency of Pakistan is Pakistani rupee. Next is Afghanistan. The Afghanistan's mostly spoken language is also Urdu, and the state religion is Islam, and in Afghanistan the currency is Afghani. Next one is let's move on to Nepal. In Nepal, the highly spoken language is Nepali, and in this Nepal as well we find no state religion, and also the used currency here is rupee itself. Next is Bhutan. In Bhutan, the highly spoken language is Dzongkhag, Dzongang, Dzongkhag, and in Bhutan the state religion is Vaishnava Buddhism. Buddhism is the most important religion as per the Bhutan. Next one, its currency is Galtrum, Nglutrum. N is silent in this currency of Bhutan. So it is about the Bhutan. Next is Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, the highly spoken language is Bengali. And also here we find Islam as the state religion, and the currency here is Bangladeshi taka. It is taka, and it is about the Bangladesh. Next let's go to Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka we have the highly spoken language as Sinhalese, and there is no specific state religion in Sri Lanka, and the currency here is rupee. The next one is Maldives. In Maldives the highly spoken language is Urdu, and the highly popular religion here is Islam. And fun fact about the Maldives is that the complete population of Maldives is comes under the religion of Islam. Next one, its currency is rufiya, RUFIYA, rufiya. And one more thing about Maldives, it is the most densely populated country in the region of South Asia, and Bangladesh is the second highest. Now, a small trick to remember all these countries is MBBSPAIN, which stands for Maldives, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, and Nepal. Thank you.